In the world of fame, every smile hides a secret. And for Gong Jun, the man who made millions believe in love through his on-screen charm, one secret was a name the world had never heard: Lin Yun-Ah. It started on a rainy set in Kyoto, where he was filming a period drama about time and destiny. The streets smelled of cedar and rain, and behind the camera, an artist was sketching the blurred reflections of the crew on wet glass. That was Lin Yun-Ah, a Korean-Chinese painter working quietly as the set's concept illustrator. She wasn't supposed to talk to the cast. Yet fate rarely follows the rules. One evening, when the rain stopped and the lamps of Gion flickered alive, Gong Jun saw her standing beneath a paper umbrella, tracing lines on her sketchbook. "Is it difficult," he asked softly, "to draw something that never stays still?" She looked up, eyes calm and distant. "Only when it's something I want to remember." That single line began a story the world would never fully see, a love that bloomed behind the stage lights, between takes, between silence. To the public, Gong Jun was unstoppable, charming, disciplined, luminous. To Lin Yun-Ah, he was human, quiet, uncertain, endlessly curious. He once told her, "I'm afraid of applause, because it disappears so fast." She answered, "Then paint it. Paint the sound of it before it's gone." The next morning, she left a canvas outside his trailer, a swirl of silver and blue, titled Ephemeral Light. That painting would appear months later in a Seoul gallery and signed. Fans noticed the uncanny resemblance to one of Gong Jun's photo shoot outfits. Whispers began, but neither spoke. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this story to keep the light burning for truth and compassion. Between 2022 and 2023, tabloids began printing strange coincidences. The same cafe visited weeks apart, matching bracelets, a rare book seen in both of their Instagram stories. But in truth, Lin Yun-Ah had already vanished from the public eye. Rumor said she returned to Busan to care for her mother. Rumor also said Gong Jun sent a private car every month to the same art supply store, the one she used to work in. Neither rumor could be proved, because sometimes the truth hides not in what's seen, but in what's left unsaid. During one award night, Gong Jun thanked "the person who taught me that silence can be art." Fans thought he meant a director. He didn't. Behind the curtain, in a small dressing room, he held a single silver earring, the one she'd lost the last day on set. That was their final memory together, a wordless goodbye, the echo of rain, the sound of her footsteps fading into the Kyoto night. 2 years later, an exhibition opened in Seoul titled Echoes of Light. Anonymous artist.
Mystérieux patron.
But anyone who'd ever watched Gong Jun act could feel it. Every stroke of the brush carried the same quiet grief, the same tenderness that filled his eyes in every romantic scene. One painting in particular drew crowds. A man under stage lights, holding a paper umbrella. Beneath, a line written in Hangul and Mandarin. He loved the applause but feared its silence. Fans whispered. The media speculated. Gong Jun attended silently, in a plain cap and mask. He stopped before that painting for almost 10 minutes. When he left, someone noticed the faint trace of tears. No one asked questions. They didn't have to. Months later, during a rare live broadcast, Gong Jun was asked a harmless question. "What do you miss most when filming ends?" He smiled faintly. "The moments between scenes. They're the most real." That night, fans flooded social media, guessing meanings. Some said it was a reflection on his career. Others said it was love. Only one person would have known the truth, but Lin Yun-Ah had disappeared entirely, her name absent from every gallery, her online pages erased. Yet one rumor persisted, that every time Gong Jun travels, he carries a small sketchbook with a pressed magnolia petal inside. They said Lin Yun-Ah once told him, "When the magnolia blooms, it means I'm thinking of you." The following spring, during a film festival in Busan, a single magnolia petal was found on his seat before the ceremony. No one saw who placed it there. Love, in the world of fame, is like art, born to be seen, yet destined to be misunderstood. Perhaps the greatest romances are not the ones shouted to the world, but the ones that live quietly between the lines of applause. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the story to keep the light burning for truth and compassion. Every story has an ending, but some endings live in echoes, whispered through art, film, and the quiet corners of memory. For months after the Echoes of Light exhibition closed, fans noticed something strange in Gong Jun's work. His characters grew gentler, his silences heavier, as if every glance carried the weight of someone unseen. In interviews, he spoke of understanding stillness, finding beauty in absence. None knew those phrases came from an artist who once told him, "Paint what disappears. That's where truth hides." Stylist. He started asking for softer tones, looser collars, vintage things. He said he wanted every costume to breathe. Assistant director. Between takes, he'd sketch. Not himself, just hands. Always the same hands holding an umbrella. The more they described him, the clearer the outline of Lin Yun-Ah became, not as a rumor, but as a presence woven into his art. One winter night, a soul collector announced a private auction. Among the items, a final, never-before-seen painting by the anonymous artist behind Echoes of Light. Its title, The Curtain Call. The painting showed a theater with empty seats, stage lights fading into dusk. In the center, a lone actor stood, facing away from the audience, watching, not performing. Beside him, a faint silhouette of a woman's shadow, dissolving into light. No one ever confirmed who bought it. But a week later, Gong Jun posted an uncaptioned photo on his social feed, a close-up of paint-stained fingertips. Fans flooded the comments. Is he painting again? That looks like her palette. Maybe this is his way of saying goodbye. Perhaps that's how real love survives. Not in words, not in proof, but in small gestures left for those willing to look closer. Somewhere in a quiet studio by the Han River, a candle burns beside a canvas turned to the wall. Somewhere else, a magnolia tree blooms a few days early every year, petals white against the night sky. No one tends it, but someone always leaves a folded piece of paper beneath its roots. The handwriting is careful, almost trembling. For the one who taught me to see light through rain. A year passes. Gong Jun wins an international award for a role that critics call his most soulful performance. When he walks the red carpet, a reporter asks, "If you could say one thing to your younger self, what would it be?" He pauses, eyes distant. Don't be afraid of what silence leaves behind. Then he smiles, that same gentle smile fans know so well, and turns away from the flash of cameras. For a moment, under the roar of applause, it almost sounds like the hush of falling rain. And so the artist and the actor became a legend not written in headlines, but painted across the unseen corners of time. Not every love story is meant to be public. Some are meant to be felt. If you ever stand in a gallery and see a sketch of a man beneath an umbrella, look closer. Maybe, just maybe, you'll see her reflection in the rain. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more touching K-drama stories and emotional news-style narratives.